Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Land Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Shaquille Tyson. At the bottom, we got DeAndre Landon. Up top in the left corner, we got our boy Elijah Bibbs.
What's good?
So, I wasn't here last time on the show, and that's unfortunate on my part. I had some things to take care of. I apologize. Rare that this will happen. But you got all three of us. You got the trifecta back at you again. And we're going to be covering about 3 to 4 topics today. Just some quick things to go over. And, we're going to have a great show. Not too long, how long y'all say, about an hour?
About an hour.
About an hour.
Might be
I touch on a couple subjects that we like, and, let's get it rolling.
All right,
First
so look.
topic of the day. What is it?
The first topic is, if you was a high school recruit, would you go straight on into college, or would you go straight to like the G League? Because it's this player. He's a number one recruit out of 2020. And
Nice.
his name was Jalen Green. He was a number one recruit, and he was getting committed from
Real quick, before
Bama.
you go on, so people don't get confused. When he say recruit, he means the prospect version, not the actual person who's scouting the college, high school student, y'all. Means like the prospect, just so y'all don't get confused on what we're going with right here. Just to key all in on that. All right, go.
Yeah, he is getting recruited by Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina, Ohio State, Baylor was some of the top schools for him, but he ended up going to the G League for the money. Now, with the new NCAA rules where they're allowing like students and athletes to get paid by their like likeliness and their name, I mean, it changed, but he's getting 6 figures over there in the G League. So, in y'all opinions, I'm gonna let you go first, Jack. Would you go straight to college, or would you just jump straight to the G League?
Hey, neither. You want to know why? Because the likeness that you're getting paid for, unless you like, he would get paid, but how much? They never specify how much a person is getting paid. So I guess he will get paid. He'll go to school with the highest pay. But in college, you only going there for 4 years. If you get hurt, they don't need your likeness no more. I wouldn't go to the G League because not a lot of people really explode from the G League. It's very rare. Look at the dude who signed with the Lakers. I think his name was Andre Ingram. He was like 40-some years old, played in the G League his whole life, taught math or something like that on the side because he wasn't making enough money. And it was just like, that wasn't the career path to go up to that level. Granted, a lot of G League players are great. Some of them made it to the pros and balled out. Hassan Whiteside is one of them. You can have your miracle stories like that, but more often than not, you don't. So in my situation, if I was that person, go to China. Go overseas. You will go somewhere where it's tough competition. It's not NBA exact, but it's hard fought competition. Look at the U.S. team. They got knocked out. People are starting to get on that level. You got people from overseas like Giannis. You got Tony Parkers. You got your Manu Ginobili's from overseas who might not stand out immediately when you watching them on TV, but they have the fundamentals down. They mastered the skill sets. So you can go overseas, learn how to be a professional overseas, get your skill set right, as well as get good competition. And you can make more money. Nikola Mirotic chose to leave $15 million a year on, just say, fuck the NBA, left $15 million a year to go sign for $4 million in a EuroLeague. Why? Because he said, this is where I can win, and this is where I was crowned MVP and champion every time I was here. I was one of the best shooters. I was one of the best people in this league. He didn't need the fame from the NBA. Look at Stephon Marbury, world-renowned person in China. They look at him like he's Michael Jordan to us. He is bigger than Michael Jordan in China. You can go to overseas, become that staple, become that world-renowned figure in that overseas, and you just have the money too. And then you can sign your contract, and if you get hurt, you still getting paid that amount of money in the millions, and you a big name, so it's not like they're gonna pay you less than what you would get in the G League anyway. But you might get better competition, and you get more playing time more than not.
And another thing with that is like they say 1 year, $15 million in the NBA, but not all that is guaranteed. Not that you don't get that whole $15 million. You get maybe $6 million out of that 15.
Mm-hmm. But right, Uncle Sam comes through, and then right now with the coronavirus, a lot of people's contracts are being cut in half.
Mm-hmm. Then, but overseas, you get that full guarantee. Plus, if you get injured, you still get the money. So I mean,
It's at that point, it's gonna be about who you have managing you, and granted, it's gonna be a learning curve with the language and everything like that. But I would rather take a more guaranteed shot with the money coming up instead of risking it in the G League or in college. In G League, you might never explode. People might still be watching you because you only need to be 1 year, and then you can go to the NBA. You can still do 1 year. Go to the NBA in China, just sign for 1 year. But look at LaMelo. LaMelo Ball. He did what a lot of people was telling his father, don't do that, don't take him out of school, don't take him overseas. He was a pro, and still to this day, what do people have him going? Top 3. Top 3. He was almost averaging a triple-double at one time playing overseas. Filling stat sheet up passes, showing off his shooting ability, showing off his rebound, his hustle, his athleticism. He was doing everything they needed. You're going to be on TV, you get national exposure, and then the scouts can come see you and look at you in a better environment than the G League. G League, you have a lot of people who are second round, if that, or a lot of people who might be able to make it to the NBA, or older people who just never going to go nowhere after the G League. You have better competition overseas.
That's facts.
That's all facts. It's hard to argue with that.
All right, Elijah, in your opinion, would you – I'm gonna add that option. Would you rather, go play overseas? Would you rather go to college, or would you go to the G
League? I think overseas is the obvious answer. I mean, it just makes the most sense. You can go over there and map out a nice career for yourself. Even if you never touch the NBA, you can go over there and be big. You feel me? The scouts are going to be there. You're going to get the development you need. All of the reasons Shaq mapped out. Like I said, it's hard to argue with that. That's just makes the most sense. The G League and college are so identical in all of the ways that they think they're different. They're really the same. They have the same type of premise when in as far as the interests of the players, they got the same thing. You go there 1 year and you're done if you're good enough. And they pretty much gonna milk you. Either way. Even if they give you that $500,000 or whatever it is, they're gonna milk you. They're gonna milk you. Because they probably gonna make more off of you than that. You feel me? And in college, they definitely making more off you than they give you. Definitely.
A lot of players, when they go to college, they get hit with the, sanctions, and they borrow money, or, even if they borrow from like a family member.
From a family member.
Shout out Chase Young, man.
Chase Young, go.
That's the whole thing too. Even when he paid it back to a family friend, but they said, "Oh, it was a friend you made after you joined college." What does that matter? It's not like he was a what is the word that they use? A booster. He wasn't a booster.
Right.
So I don't understand the whole process of that. And he paid the money back. It ain't like he kept the money. He worked it off, paid it back, and he was the one who came forward and told him everything. And that was mainly because they didn't want to pay for his family trip to the championship game that year before. Like that should be done if a player's there and you making money off of them. The college or the NCAA should pay for the family trip if they choose to go. That's how I feel.
Yep.
Definitely. All right, so on with that, we're gonna jump on to a new topic. Jamal Adams, the safety from the Jets. Okay, now he wants money and he wants to be with a team, like most players would, that comforts him and is there for him. It's reported that he's on the market for a first and a third. All right, so first I want y'all to give me your opinion on if he's doing the right thing, and then give me a team, one team each, who you think would be an ideal fit for him.
Who you want to start with? Eli, you want to take this one first?
Yeah, I'll take it. Man, doing the right thing. Listen here. You feel me? This dude has been the heart and soul of that team. The heart and soul. You talking about making plays. He'll come downhill. He'll jump in the box. He'll blitz. He's all over that defense, making it work somehow. And they went 7-9 last year and damn near threw a Super Bowl party. You feel me? You feel me? And you tell me you're not going to pay this man and you want to trade him? Good. Good. Who wants to play for the Jets? Look at their track record. Who wants to play for the Jets, man? Good for him. Good for him. And as far as a team that will pick him, any team that has the cap space to do it and needs a safety, I like Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Maybe pair him up with Earl Thomas in Baltimore. I don't know. Something. Get freaky with it. But wherever he go, I wish him the best. He's going to end up in a better situation. I can tell you that.
Okay. I like that, but here's where I disagree with you at. Comparing him with Earl Thomas thing. And that's why. We all heard about what happened with Earl Thomas and his wife. I ain't holding nothing against the man, but apparently in the news outlets, Earl Thomas and the Ravens front office are not seeing eye to eye because of the situation. So if this is true, I doubt that they will be looking to pair him with Earl Thomas. They might be looking to move on from Earl Thomas, if that. I do like the choice of the Cowboys, but the Cowboys are really running low on money at this point, and they don't really have the money to afford him, as well as trying to pay Dak. You saw they just lost Byron Jones because they didn't have the money to pay him. He signed with the Dolphins for about $80-some million. Next team I would like for him to go to, and this is full bias, is the Browns. But just signed Carl Joseph and Andrew Sendejo, so I don't see that being a play no more. It was rumblings during the draft that we might do it. They can still, pull that off if they want to, but I don't see them doing that.
We need to give them the first and the third for that.
Oh, that was my next thing. See,
okay.
Just the thing with Jamal Adams, he is worth a first and an additional pick or a first and a player.
No question.
I say that, but to what team? You have to be a team in win now mode for that to go, and a lot of teams not in the range of doing that to take a player that they have to pay in the next year or two, at least right now. Some of them are. Look at the the Colts. Look, the Colts. They traded a first for DeForest Buckner, a player they don't have to sign. And the 49ers said, well, we'll keep the player we have to sign, because a lot of people aren't making that, decision. They don't want to have to trade for a player that they have to give up assets for and then sign. So if anything, he might go for a second and the third, but depending on the team. If it's a team in win now mode, then yes, a first. Is he the best safety in the league? It depends on which safety you're talking about. Now, if you say free safety, no. because he's not a free safety. He's more of an in-box safety, come down, thumper, hit you while you're trying to make a catch, break up the pass, blitz the quarterback, like Eli said, strip the quarterback and scoring the touchdown. Shout out to the Giants game. You know, that's his skill set. Now, like I said, he's not a traditional free safety. He's not going to play over the top. He's not going to go for interception. He's not a ball hawk. He can play the ball in the air, but he's not a ball hawk. Right. He you know, that Sean Taylor type role, granted without the ball coverage skills. So if you're talking about like tackling, making sure, you know, a runner don't get by him, making sure, you know, he secure the tackle, break up passes, can, you know, get to the quarterback, that type of safety, more of a Troy Polamalu-esque type, you know, in a box safety, you know, pro the middle, you can put him against tight ends and everything. I love that type of safety from him, but depending on what team. But I don't think he's the best overall safety. No. He's top 10, but for the role of just filling the box, making hits, and just looking at him and be like, hey, just make sure this person don't come across the middle and catch the ball, or get to the quarterback, make a play. That type of safety, then he's top 10, yeah. But he's not number one overall safety. I probably have to give number one overall safety to either Mika or Devin McCourty. Those are my honest feels. Either Mika Fitzpatrick or Devin McCourty for my number one overall safety. And I say this because Mika Fitzpatrick, he has the ability to make tackles, to find the ball when it's in the air and make a play on the ball, to always be around the action, not afraid to hit. And one of his most underlying traits, he can scoop up the ball and run. Not a lot of safeties can scoop up the ball and run. A lot of them try to scoop it up, miss the ball, or have to fall on it after they pick it up because they stumbling. He can pick up the ball great. Devin, because he's been in the league so long, and you never see him really getting beat by people. You always see him making the plays that he has to make. He's over the top. He's watching everything. He's orchestrating that defense always with Hightower. You know, so those two would be my top overall safeties. You know, and then Mika is probably going to fall in number one because Devin is getting older. He's about, like, what, 31, 32 now?
Yeah.
Mika probably got a little edge because of youth and everything. And once he gets his contract come up in about a year or two, you know, he's going to get paid like he's the best safety in the league, which he will get.
All right. I would definitely like to pair Jamal Adams with the Lions, with him and Okuda back there, you know, on that right side. But again, Shaq, I'm gonna have to say that's cap, dog. That's cap. I'm gonna debate with you because I think Jamal Adams is the best safety in the league, hands down.
So let me ask you this real quick, man. You will take Jamal Adams over Derwin James?
No.
I knew you was gonna ask that, and I would. But here's why. Here's why.
If you say health reasons, the only time he was injured was last year, and that was freaky. That wasn't like it was something that happens all the time.
Here's why. I need a leader. I need a leader. Listen, don't get me wrong. I love
that defense rocking.
Mika Fitzpatrick's not a leader. What are you talking about?
Mika
McCourty's not a leader.
Mika Fitzpatrick is second to Joe Hayden in leadership, man.
He's Joe Hayden leads the cornerback room, but Mika Fitzpatrick is the one who sets up the defense.
Yes.
No, I mean he does, but don't get me wrong. I like Mika. I like Derwin.
Let me tell you this. All right, look, let me just show you how much better Mika is real quick before you go with your story.
Okay.
The Dolphins traded Mika Fitzpatrick to the Steelers. The Steelers, without Big Ben, on that defense alone because of him, won at least 6 games because of Mika Fitzpatrick. And they didn't lose games because of Mika Fitzpatrick. Okay. Why did they lose games? Because of Mason Rudolph and Devin Hodges. That's why Mika Fitzpatrick was the reason why they was winning.
He threw a lot of them.
It was the reason they was winning. He wasn't the reason they lost.
That's true.
Jamal Adams can affect the game. But like I said, he don't have the coverage ability to be able to be like, hey, we can't trust this quarterback right here. Go ahead and watch that side. You got man on him. You can choose Meek and be like, hey, We know Joe ain't got him. We need you on him. He'll be like, I got you. And he'll play that. He has the skill set to do that. Jamal Adams don't.
I get your point, but I had to say something about it. That's my favorite safety. But I mean, I get your points, but that's just my opinion.
So you're being biased.
Eli's
the
breaker. Eli, who is the breaker? Who you taking? Meek or Jamal?
I'm taking the guy that could cover 3/4 of the field. I want Minka. I want this dude over top. I need that umbrella.
I like that. But Mika Fitzpatrick, you know, he got some games in him. But also Jamal Adams has some games too where he look at his highlights. That man is a cover machine. You can say he can't cover, but that man can take out.
No, it's not that he can't cover. It's not that he can't cover. It's just Mika Fitzpatrick is way more reliable as a coverage guy.
It's a reason why when the Chiefs play the Steelers or when the Browns played the Steelers, that OBJ couldn't get open over the top most of the time, or that the Cheetah couldn't get open over the top most of the time. It's a
We're
reason.
not about to do that. We're not about to do that. We know the reason why OBJ couldn't get open.
Because the quarterback says, I know the quarterback is ass. The quarterback is ass. No. The quarterback first. The quarterback is trash. Let's get rid of him first.
Wait, we're talking about what quarterback?
You know who you're talking about.
Baker.
You're not talking about Baker, is you?
Let's get into that.
Oh, get it on, man.
That's the worst quarterback in the league. Let's be real. Only reason he's not worse than Jameis Winston is because Jameis Winston's team game plan was throw it deep. Let's be real. He's like, throw it deep. Just throw it deep.
After this, I'm gonna send you a video, Shaq, because you know Freddie Kitchens. His play call was similar to Tampa Bay's. Them receivers was going deep routes. Like at least 50% of the time. That's what OBJ and Darby.
That's why you have a check down. You have a check down.
Right.
Or you can audible the play.
All right, don't get me wrong. Baker needs to improve.
He's supposed to be the total quiz kid, man. He don't know how to audible. He don't know how to switch plays. He don't know how to read coverages. Some of the passes he threw, he just missed through. He is trash. Give me another quarterback, bro.
Okay. Would you rather have Baker?
Are you gonna move on after 2 seasons?
Baker or who?
Would you wait? Answer his first.
You gonna move on after 2 seasons?
I would. No, because I need him to do bad so I can get Justin Fields.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
If Baker throw for 4,000 this year, then what?
I don't want to hear nothing. We saving this video.
Yeah, keep the files, man.
Look. This is how I feel. If he throws for 4,000 yards, congratulations. You did it in a new system where people didn't have film. Do it again. You have a 5-year contract. You're the number 1 overall pick. And guess how you looking at me right now? Like a bum.
Okay. So Elijah, I seen your post today. I mean, somebody had commented. I seen your post, so I think I know where you're going. But Shaq, in your opinion, give me one reason why you'd rather have Lamar Jackson than Baker Mayfield.
Oh, this is easy. Imagine, first off, this would have been my draft. And I'm not bullshitting you when I say this. I was saying this before the Browns drafted Baker. I said, I'm glad we got Nick Chubb. I'm very happy we got Nick Chubb. But I said, Saquon, Denzel, no shits and giggles. Saquon, Denzel, trade back up and get Lamar because he's going to fall. That's what I said. I was telling my cousin that, and I was like, but guess what they going to do? They going to go Baker. He was like, and then they going to take me. I said, no, they going to go Denzel because they wanted to lock down cornerback on one side so they can help that pass rush. Then I said, they're not going to trade up. They're going to go running back maybe in the 3rd round. I thought they was going to answer the 3rd. I'm not going to lie. And I didn't think they was going to answer the offensive line, which they did, and he got traded, and he ain't do shit. So they didn't.
I mean, I respect your opinion.
Let me give you my reason why I would take him, though.
Okay.
So, as we know, our offensive line is already trash. What is one of the reasons why Baker can't make the plays? He's athletic, but he rolls to one side. Mm-hmm. You can't collapse the defense on one side with Lamar. He will beat you. I wanted his ability to make plays in the backfield, and because we had Tyrod Taylor at the time. You had Tyrod Taylor. He's more of a quarterback that fits Lamar's skill set than Baker's skill set. You know, he don't have the flashy arm. He has the legs. He can throw it. He has play action. He looks for the short route to get to beat you mid, and if he has to, he'll beat you deep. That's how I looked at it. And then I also looked at it like this. You coming off of a player who did so great in college. Granted, they say, oh, he's from LSU. Oh, he did everything right. He should be a running back. Why? Mike Vick wasn't a running back. That was his closest comparison. Mike Vick could run the ball. He could throw the ball. He ain't have Mike Vick's arm strength. That's cool. They say, oh, he's not accurate enough. When he was in college, he was accurate as hell. He was one of the most accurate quarterbacks. Lamar.
No, he was accurate enough. He was just accurate enough.
You had me stop. You had me throw off.
That's why I would love Lamar to have been our quarterback. You know, I feel like we could have did way more with Lamar, and then we would have had Hugh at the time with Lamar, who, to my opinion, needed a quarterback with that offensive line just to be able to do better. And then the play calling that was called because we had Baker, you know, Ty Haley wanted Hugh Jackson gone, so we probably wouldn't have did nothing that year anyway. Would have fell down, got more picks to reshore up that offensive line or the D line like we did last year. You know, meaning the year afterwards. You know, we made plays and we got players to help us out, but I just feel like Lamar would have been a better option.
I mean, I respect your opinion.
And then you had Lamar and Saquon, though. You had Lamar and Saquon instead of Baker and Nick. Granted, like I said, I love Nick Chubb. He's my favorite running back in the league. But Lamar and Saquon would have been the best running back, quarterback tandem in the league.
That would have been crazy.
It would have been. That would have been. But I'm still choosing Baker over Lamar.
Why? Because you
put Lamar Jackson. All right. So let me hear you. Let me hear you say this. Okay. If you put Lamar Jackson with that awful ass offensive line, do he make plays?
With those receivers?
No. With that awful.
No. Listen to what you're saying. With Jarvis and Odell and Nick Chubb, yes, hell yes. Their whole thing was run. The whole Ravens thing was read option, play action, and throw it deep if you can beat them. Nick Chubb, faking it to Nick Chubb, going to the outside or handing it to Nick Chubb in the middle so he can create lanes. Then you have to choose. We got a good-ass running back with Nick Chubb. Oh, shit, we can't let him get open. Get outside so the DN and the linebacker has to pay extra attention. So then you do that read pass option. You do it, boom. Have Lamar go to whoever over top. You have OBJ get open easier. They don't have to put as much strain on his groin, and everything. So it would have been a lot easier last year with that horrible offensive line with Lamar Jackson than Baker. Baker needs a good offensive line to shine. He's like Dak Prescott. He needs an O-line.
How is Lamar gonna get to the outside if ain't nobody blocking?
The read option takes care of that.
You can read option on. You can read option all you want.
Listen. A lot of times when they did the read option, why did it work so much? Because they had Mark Ingram back there. Even when they did the read option in the play broke down. Right, they had Mark Ingram. They had a good running back where the defense had to be like, oh, we can't let him get away from it either. So
I can understand that, but you can't plug Lamar Jackson into the Cleveland Browns offensive line from last year and expect Lamar Jackson to do numbers like he did with Baltimore. Baltimore Ravens offensive line.
Did you not see the reports? The Browns offensive line actually didn't give up that as much pressure as people think. They was around average. They was around 15th to 16th. It wasn't as bad as you think it was. Only reason it looks bad is because Baker is trash. Baker won't be able to make the Ravens do what they did. There'd be a 3 and 13 team with Baker Mayfield. And that's honestly. Because you want to know why? You want to know why? Because he has poor decision making.
He does.
Everything goes down to what you do with your intellect. Lamar can look at the play, he'll be like, all right. And they say he don't throw it deep, he only throw it to his tight ends. That's his first read. If my first read is open, I'm going to throw it to my first read. Baker's first read is, oh, it's a deep play. I'm not even going to look at the tight end with the mismatch or Jarvis Landry who's cutting open.
I'm looking straight for Odell.
Play. I'm going to look deep. Why do I want to look deep? Because Odell Beckham out there. So let me throw it to Odell. He relied on Odell's name so much that it cost him. And that's honesty.
That's true. I'm a little biased with that.
Not a little.
Right. Like I'm a Browns fan too, but shit,
hey man, I still take Baker.
Let me be real. Let me be real, man. Is Baker trash? I'm not gonna go that far. 2 seasons, I'm not gonna go that far. What I will say is I'm taking Lamar over Baker right now. I'm taking Lamar over Baker right now. And it's simple as this. That run game would be vicious. All of the talk about our O-line, dead that talk. Them big boys lean on people. Watch the film. How you think Nick Chubb was, third lead in rusher? How you think that happened? Second lead.
Should have been first.
You see what I'm saying?
That last game they didn't
lean on people. They lean on people and they create holes. So you imagine they get that run game established like they do in Baltimore, and then they start letting Lamar utilize what he got and make the offense work. That's what Lamar does best. That man is a playmaker. Whether I feel like Baker is a better passer of the football or not, it is what it is. Lamar has a lot of things to work on as far as throwing the football. But if you're talking about making the plays that count, if you're talking about giving defenses a lot of different things to worry about, Lamar's that dude. Lamar legit, with just his legs, fear in defenses. Defenses went after Baker. They went after Baker. They tried to kill Baker. They tried to humble Baker. Lamar, defenses were scared of that man. Because they knew as soon as he got out the pocket, it's over with. It's over with. So imagine how the play action would look in Cleveland with Odell, Jarvis, and Njoku running play action. They gonna bite on the run. Look, more times than not, Lamar's first read gonna be open, like Shaq said, and he gonna throw it.
That's
true.
If
it's not open, what he doing? He taking off and getting the first down.
And another thing, I'm glad you said this because I forgot about it. Even though I was bringing up the run, when them big boys lean on you and you have to cover the run so much, is what made Alabama so deadly when they had them powerful runners.
Yep.
Your legs only can take so much punishment. You run it down their throat, and they gonna fear what you do next. And that's why the Ravens did so good, and that's why Derrick Henry is considered the best back right now. They give him the ball 25 to 30 times a game.
And that big line.
Let's beat the Ravens.
They move
25, 30 times a game. Throw it for 50 yards, Ryan Tannehill, even though you didn't do shit. Let's pay him $20-something million.
I'm going to tell you something, Dre. I'm going to tell you this, Dre.
What was that?
Baker got no excuses this year.
Oh, hell no.
None.
Got none.
No excuses this year.
But I'm going to say this. We're going to leave it at this. Baker. All right, you know what? I'm going to skip all this because we was going to wait months for this. But I'm going to say it right now. Baker Mayfield will have 4,000-plus yards, 25-plus touchdowns, and 10 and less interceptions. That's my bold prediction.
Why you say 25-plus touchdowns? You just said he was like you talking about this man like he is the greatest quarterback there ever is.
Yeah, Lamar had 36.
20, right? 20, only 25? 25 is low as fuck.
Lamar had 36 last year.
25 plus. That's my lowest I would give him. It's 25. Because we're going to be a run-heavy offense.
With Odell, Jarvis, and
Njoku, can give you 25.
All these red zone threats.
I'm gonna go 25 because I ain't trying to break the barriers here. I'm just gonna say that man gonna be the go to Cleveland. He's gonna have a whole
Do we make
statue.
the playoffs? Do we make the playoffs?
He's gonna say yes.
Do the Browns make the playoffs this year?
Yes.
He gonna say yes.
13-3.
13-3.
13-3.
Okay, our schedule ain't the hardest. I'll give you that. If you basing off the schedule, okay. But 13-3 though, that's pushing.
13-3.
13-3 is pushing. I say 10-6.
You wanna know why I'm not saying
10-6 on the humble.
Because of Baker Mayfield.
10-6 on the humble.
I am being 100% honest with you. Want to know what I'm giving us? 8-8, like I gave us last year. 8-8. Actually, no, I didn't give us 8-8. I gave us 7-9 last year. I said we're gonna be under 500. You want to know why I said we're gonna be under 500? Because of Baker. I said it when we drafted. I said he's not as good as y'all niggas think he is. Like he looks good in that Jets game, but wait until a nigga start hitting that nigga. Wait till next season when people start really playing him. He gonna look trash. He look trash. He gonna come out this year. Everybody gonna be like, all right, well, let's see how Baker does. He has a new coach. You want to know what they gonna give him the blame for? They gonna be like, it's because he ain't know the system yet. What you mean? We got Case Keenum. Case Keenum was there when he learned the system with the Vikings. He has a veteran quarterback that knows the system. He can talk to him. He has the coach there. It's not gonna be no
excuses.
He got the players around him. What they gonna say? Oh, the offensive line not good. What's wrong with the offense?
No.
Is it better than last year?
Ain't no excuse. Like he said, ain't no excuses this year. I swear.
But you giving them the skills. You said 25 touchdowns with 4,000 yards.
I'll push it to 40. That's how confident.
That's not happening.
That I'm confident.
40 what?
About to be crazy.
40 interceptions, 40 interceptions and touchdowns combined, my nigga.
Yeah,
all right.
Let's be real.
All right. Final stat line for Baker. 4,000 plus yards. 37 touchdowns.
That's an odd ass number.
That's a big number.
11 interceptions.
First off, that interception ratio should go up. This is my stat line for Baker, and then I'm going to tell you why. It's going to be – it should be. It should be. 33 touchdowns. It's going to be about 15, 16 interceptions. And it's going to be around 3,800 yards. That is my stat line. That's the bare minimum he has to do. You want to know why? Because I feel like Nick Chubb is going to have 1,200 to 1,500 yards. That's a huge gap because I said 1,200 to 1,500. But I feel like we're going to rely on Nick Chubb more. We did good when we relied on Nick Chubb. And that's what they keep getting away from. You're a running team. You're not a passing team. Baker Mayfield isn't a quarterback that can win you a game. He is he is a little bit better than a game manager. He is a better version of Kirk Cousins. That's in my opinion.
In my opinion, I think he will be the next Peyton Manning.
Whoa, man. Hey, man, if you don't stop it, bro. If you don't stop it.
Peyton Manning, Hall of Famer, Tom Brady rings. He going to have 7, though. He going to get 7.
Who going to get 7?
Baker.
Man,
this man just said he's going to bring more championships to the team than Jim Brown and Otto Graham.
Oh, yeah.
You got to stop this, bro.
Baker.
He said he's going to bring Otto Graham back.
Yes,
that's
crazy.
Is.
I'm going to tell you why Baker not going to have 4,000 yards. First of all, what? 4,000 yards. Hey, so we got a new coach from Minnesota, right? How did Minnesota use Dalvin Cook? Somebody tell me.
They ran him. You think
they're not going to do the same with Nick Chubb?
Ran him until he got hurt.
You think they're not going to do the same with Nick Chubb?
They might overrun him.
And use that run game to open up that pass? You think
that's how I think it's going to be 4,000.
It's not going to be 4,000.
4,000.
It's not going to be 4,000. And it's not going to need to be. If he's throwing the ball that much, we're going to lose games. Because he's throwing picks too. We don't need him throwing the ball that much. I need a modest 3,500 yards, but I need him dinking and dunking and moving the chains. That's it.
If y'all
chains, get in the red zone and score.
If y'all ain't noticed, I'm a big ass Baker Mayfield fan.
Oh, we noticed.
I don't know why.
We've noticed.
Baker Mayfield is gonna go down with LeBron James, Jim Brown, Otto Graham.
Bro, what is wrong with you, man?
Steve Kerr.
Wait. First off, tell me who Autogram is before you say Autogram, my nigga, because I don't think you know who that is. I legit don't think you know who that is. Who is Autogram?
He was a quarterback.
And why is he so famous in Cleveland, though?
He brought us rings.
No.
He brought us some rings, right?
How did he bring us rings if it was before the Super Bowl era, DeAndre?
Not the championships. I say championships.
How many did he bring us, DeAndre?
You said what?
How many did he bring us?
Shit, I don't know. I know it's more than one.
Autogram is famous in Cleveland because every year he was here, bro, we went to the championship game, I believe. It was like, or like most of the time he was here, it was like 10 straight times or something like that. We won about like 6 or 7.
Okay, Baker get 8.
8 what?
Rings.
Bro, stop, bro. You trolling now, bro.
Even with the 7, even with the extra playoff spot, I don't see that nigga taking us to the playoffs, my bro. He gonna be like, oh.
No,
I
think if he plays well, we'll make the playoffs.
13-3.
That's a big
4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns. Ring at the end of the year. But after that, we moving on. We moving on. We can talk about this all day. We gonna move on.
I have to move on. Wow.
We gotta check his cup. We gotta check that nigga cup.
Man, real, bro.
What you been smoking on?
We gonna move on to the NBA. Enough with the NFL.